Millions of EU citizens who live in the United Kingdom were given until the end of this month to apply for settled status. It's feared that many people will fail to meet that deadline, and campaigners want it extended. But even for those whose applications have been processed, there is no certificate to prove your status, just a digital code. And that's not enough, say people, now worrying about future access to NHS treatment or fearing problems returning to the UK if they visit their home countries. Our Home Affairs correspondent Darshna Soni has this report.
Deborah Fonseca has lived in Bristol for 20 years. She came here from Portugal when she was 18. She works for a cleaning company, but when she recently applied for a contract, the employer wrongly thought she was here illegally.
They needed someone in there, like cleaning manager, whatever, but because I wasn't British, they didn't give me the job. And he said, I cannot employ you because we are looking specially for a British person.
In fact, like millions of EU citizens living here, Ms Fonseca did apply for settled status after Brexit. But the Home Office only issues a digital record, and glitches in the system means many are struggling to prove their status.
And you've been here on and off for 20 years. How does that make you feel?
What they've done now to the European people, I find a big discrimination. I have to prove so much to get a job, paperwork, so much for the paperwork. It's like you're never legal.
In just over 3 weeks, EU citizens will need to start relying on their digital immigration status for all aspects of their day-to-day lives.
If you're an EU citizen living in the UK, you need to apply to the EU settlement scheme. This means you can continue living and working in the UK.
Despite assurances that their rights would be protected in this government advertising campaign, hundreds of people are reporting that they're unable to prove their status to landlords, banks, employers and public bodies.
You log in with your date of birth and then you generate a share code that you email to your employer or hospital, healthcare.
Micah Boone campaigns for the rights of EU citizens and has been investigating the problems with the Home Office's digital codes.
They're logging on and getting this saying, we can't find your current status.
The issues vary from the code not working, but also sometimes the page is not found. I think we will see big cases, a bit like Windrush, emerging when people are charged for healthcare, for example, or when people lose out on benefits or lose the basis for their financial existence. We have seen hundreds of people struggling to get mortgages already.
The Home Office told us that the EU settlement scheme provides people with a secure digital status which future-proofs their rights. So far, there have been around 5.4 million applications, but there's a backlog of more than 300,000. Campaigners say there's a risk of creating a new group of undocumented migrants, unable to prove their status, who will be liable for removal. Darshna Soni, Channel 4 News, Bristol.